In today's video, I'm going to show you how to turn Dollar Tree items into amazing Christmas decor. I bought some of these battery-operated candles at the Dollar Tree, and I decided that I was going to spray paint them some different colors to make some decor items. So I just taped the inside little light bulbs so that I didn't get any spray paint on them. And then I decided to spray paint them this satin green. It's called Hunt Club Green. So I just gave them a couple coats of this spray paint. Then I also took some metallic gold spray paint, and I decided to spray paint some of these candle holders that I also found at the Dollar Tree. My theme this year is kind of like a green and gold theme, so that's kind of what I went with. So here's the candle and the candle holder, and then I also painted one the metallic gold, and then this candle holder I just found at the Dollar Tree, so I decided to leave it like that. And here's how they turned out. You can paint these candles and candle holders in any colors to match whatever theme you're going with. These just make for a really nice addition to any display. Next, I took this tray that I found at the Dollar Tree, and I decided to spray paint it in the metallic gold color. I'm going to be using this metal tray to make just a cute little display. So you can create this look with items just from the Dollar Tree. So everything I'm using to make this little display was all found there. I'm using some of these LED battery-operated lights. I'm also using some pine cones. Some of the pine cones are also cinnamon scented, so they'll smell really nice. And then these gold pine cones were actually ornaments that I found there, as well as some of these gold balls. And then I took some floral stems that I found and I pulled them apart to add to the tray. And here's how it turned out. I think this is a great way to use Dollar Tree items to make an elegant and high-end look. And then I also showed it here using some of the candles from the Dollar Tree. It can really go with any color theme. You could do it in silver, red, green, any colors that match the theme you're going for. And it's just an easy little way to add some nice decor. In this next craft, I'm using these bamboo hoops that can be found at the Dollar Tree. They usually come in sets of 2. And then I'm just using a bunch of holiday floral stems that I also found there, and I'm just creating a cute little hoop wreath out of them. Super easy and cute, and a great way to add a little bit of colorful touch to any decor. I found this blank sign in the crafting section of the Dollar Tree, and I decided I was going to go ahead and spray paint it again in that hunter green satin paint that I have that I used earlier on the candles. I'm going to be using these tree ornaments that I found for this craft. They have a little hole at the top, which I didn't want to show, so I used a little bit of modeling clay to fill the hole in. This is my first project where I'm actually using my Cricut machine. I used it to cut out the words, "Let it snow." I also used it to cut out a deer that I'll be adding to the craft. You could do this without using a Cricut machine. I was actually going to try to find a stencil to stencil onto it, but I went ahead and used the Cricut for the first time. I added some snowflakes on, and then I hot glued my trees onto the sign, and I added my deer. I then put the string that came with it back on to use it to hang it. This craft was super simple, and I love how it turned out. This next Christmas craft is a quick one. I just took some wooden Christmas tree cutouts that I found at the Dollar Tree, and I covered them in a variety of Christmas wrapping papers that I found. I then used Mod Podge to cover them. It takes a couple coats to make sure that you really seal them. Once they were dry, I took a file and I filed down around the edges of the tree to remove the excess paper. I then used some twine to make little loops on the top of each tree. This way I could string them all together to make a cute hanging garland. This next craft is one that I got the inspiration for from online. I'm going to use a pine cone, a little wooden ball, and some felt to make a little pine cone person or gnome. Out of felt, I cut what will become the scarf, the hat, and the little shoes. I started by hot gluing the wooden ball on top of the pine cone. I made sure to put lots of glue so that the ball won't fall off. I then hot glued the hat together. Once the glue dried, I turned the hat inside out. This way I could hide the seam and give the hat a more finished look. I hot glued the feet onto the pine cone. Next, I tied the scarf in place and attached it with some glue. I then cut some fringe into the ends of the scarf. To make the little eyes, I ended up trying marker and paint. The marker did bleed a little bit into the wood, so the paint might be a better option. You can make these in a variety of colors. Their hats can be different than their scarves. You could just give these so many different looks with their facial expressions and what they're wearing. This is super easy and they're super cute. This next decor idea is an easy way that I like to do to change up the photos in my home. I switch out the artwork I already have with other holiday things I find. Typically it's gift bags. If you find a really cute gift bag like this one from the Dollar Tree, you can just reframe it and then you have an inexpensive new piece of artwork that you can sit out to decorate for the holidays. I love this idea because you can change them out all the time and it really doesn't cost much. Also, if you're interested in watching, I made this DIY fireplace last year out of foam board and an old TV that I have. So you can check out that video linked below if you're interested. For this next craft, I'm just going to repurpose this ornament that I found. I removed the wooden snowflake that was on the front of it. It was a little bit difficult to get off. Once I removed it, I then sanded the surface of the log smooth. I also removed the little branches and berries at the top because I wanted to add my own. This log has like a faux finish on the edges. It's not real wood, so I wanted to add a little bit of brown paint to make it look a little bit more realistic. Then I used a cute Christmas wrapping paper that I found, and I cut out a circle to size to fit on the front of the log. I glued on the wrapping paper. I then covered it in multiple layers of Mod Podge. I then added some crystal glitter to the front to give it a little bit of sparkle and shine. I love the retro look of this ornament. I think it turned out so cute. This next craft is also super simple. All I did was take this little plastic lantern that I found at the Dollar Tree, and I decided to spray paint it in that metallic gold color that I had. I then used a little bit of rub and buff to give it more of a metallic look. Here, I'm going to be using some cardstock paper to roll some paper Christmas trees. So it took a little bit of technique and finessing to get the tree just the right shape that I wanted. I wanted it to be very pointy at the top, so I had to re-roll it a couple times to figure out how to get it just the shape that I wanted. Once I got the shape that I wanted for the paper tree, I taped it to hold it together. I then cut around the bottom of the cone to create an even base. If the tree stands a little crooked, then trim off whichever side is causing the issue until you get it nice and even. Next, I covered the tree in this fabric that I found at Hobby Lobby. This fabric has like a snowy texture to it, so I thought it would be great to make the tree out of. I just added some glue and then rolled the fabric to cover the tree. I had enough fabric to make 2 trees out of 1 piece. So I made a large tree and then a smaller tree. I made this cardstock tree using the same technique just shown. However, this time I decided to cover it in yarn. I used some inexpensive yarn that I found at the Dollar Tree. I wanted the tree to have a very uniform, clean look to it, so I glued each layer as I wrapped the yarn around the tree. This was a very tedious process, however I think it was worth it. Once I got to the end, I tucked the extra yarn into the top. There was enough yarn left over that I could probably make another 2 trees out of it. And here's how the trees turned out. You can make these in so many different fabrics and different colors. It's just a really versatile way to add some inexpensive Christmas decor. I found this deer ornament at Walmart and it was only $1.98. I decided to paint it gold so that it would match all my other decor I was making. I cut off the little plastic piece on its back and sanded the area smooth. I then just painted it with some gold paint that I had. And I think he turned out so cute. For this next craft, I repurposed these Dollar Tree ornaments that I found. These ornaments are really cute, but I wanted to change them up a little bit. I removed the decorations on top, and when I did, a few of the little pieces came loose. They were easy to glue back on though. I then painted one ornament in gold and one in green. I painted some little wooden balls to match. I used twine to make a loop to hang the ornaments from. This next ornament was a little bit harder to repurpose. The adhesive sticker was really stuck to the front of it. I tried a couple different techniques to try to remove it, including using my hairdryer to try to heat up the glue. I did end up needing to use a little bit of Goo Gone also to remove the excess adhesive. I ended up covering the back with a cardstock circle, and then I used a stamp dipped in some white paint that says Merry Christmas. For the inside of it, I traced some vintage looking Santa paper and glued it to the inside. For this next Christmas craft, I repurposed this Valentine's set of books that I found at the Dollar Tree. I think it's supposed to look like a set of books anyway. I spray painted it again in that green satin paint. I used some gold metallic vinyl that I found at Hobby Lobby to cut out the words "Peace on Earth" on the Cricut machine, as well as a Christmas tree. In this craft, I'm just taking some wooden beads as well as some wooden snowflakes that I found at the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to paint them in gold and add some balls in between them and restring them together to make a garland. The Dollar Tree has these really cute gold frames. They actually have like a chalkboard on the inside of them. I wanted to switch that out though and add some decorative paper that I found at Hobby Lobby. I ended up trying to add some paint onto the frame to give it a little bit more of an elegant look and a little bit more dimension. However, the paint that I used was really similar in color, so I don't think it really changed it that much. You can see the unpainted one and the painted one here. It gives a little bit of a difference. I found this paper at Hobby Lobby. You can see the gold stars shine a little when you move it, and it also has a three-dimensional feel to it. I cut the paper to size to fit inside the frame. This is a really simple, quick, easy craft, but it can also be really cute depending on what paper you find to put in the frame. This next decor setup that I'm showing you, every item you see is found from the Dollar Tree. All the trees, the candles, the candle holders, they can all be found there. You can make some really cute holiday displays with items just from the Dollar Tree. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Thanks for watching and have a great day.